You think about it, we told you before here on the show, these things that they decide to do to try and shock, get attention, you know, the sort of things. All these pronouns and stuff like I always thought you had to go to the doctor for that, but there you go. And the other things, you know, oh, you've misgendered me and everything. It's all becoming so tedious now, isn't it? The shock value of wanting to take down statues and rewrite history books and stuff like that we're supposed to be absolutely stunned by. But now it's becoming a thing of everyday life, isn't it? And it has, of course, affected the world of theatre, particularly over here in London's West End. Now, I don't know what it's like in your part of the world, you know, if you've got a big theatre that has all those big touring productions, but even now they put a trigger warning out for Grease, the musical, apparently, because it could be outdated things that, you know, happened in the 50s but wouldn't be acceptable today. The only trigger warning I need is the price of the ice creams when you queue up in the interval. Have you seen the size of the pots? I think they should give you oxygen when you're standing there. It's ridiculous. And the way they stand there and don't flinch and say, oh, £6, you think that's where your trigger warning should be. Am I right? But of course, a couple of months back, somebody tried to desperately get a lot of attention here in London's West End. By the way, we haven't had a wave. I know I can feel you telling me off. You're all right. Yes, we're waving now. Wave back. Yes. As I said to you, no need just rattling your pills. It's no good doing. You've got to wave properly. Yes, absolutely. I can see. Yes, back as ever to your story. Now, this play, the Slave play, was going to be, we're opening in London's West End, and it was going to be radical and shock people. Well, I tell you what, it shocked people because they're not going to see it. Desperation has kicked in. Now, this was the play that was all about having black knights only, black patrons, black customers only, free from the white gaze. What a load of claptrap that was. Well, I tell you what it's free from, any gaze. People are not paying the money. So desperation calls, right? And what's interesting here is that the star of the show, the former Game of Thrones actor, Kit Harington, well, a cast member managed to take a topless shot of him and put it out on Instagram or some kind of social media, said, oh, don't tell Kit I've done this, he'll go mad. Of course, he's a good looking boy, that gets some of attention. It's not about that, it's not about him going mad, it's desperate marketing tactics, nobody's going in. Then, of course, they've decided that, well, you know, these particular nights are not necessarily ostracising the white gaze, meaning bring your money, it's bombing. And the other side of the coin is there's still plenty of seats left. So this really should be something of a warning, because a big name like Kit Harington should be able to fill that theatre. And given all the publicity that it's had, yes, you know, if you're into that sort of tediously dull message play, you know, I don't know about you, I want to go to somewhere and to be entertained, not to be lectured and hectored at. Well, it hasn't worked. And for those that have invested in the Slave play, although apparently it was a big success on Broadway, not when you break down the figures. You see how this works. So moving forward, Kit getting his kit off on Instagram has still failed to do one thing, and that is fill the box office. So what they're going to do next time? Take out the seats and force you to stand and pay for that? Oh, they do that at the Globe, don't they, already? Royal Shakespeare. Another thing I wouldn't be parting my money with. You agree? Neil Sean in the very heart of a beautiful York.